Oh, it's not right. It doesn't make any sort of sense. The doctor examined him afore and said he'd be better with a bit of medicine. Yet ever since he came here, he's only gotten worse.
I understand how you must feel. But you must see that your son's health continues to wane. There is no medicine that can heal him outright. He requires proper treatment. I am caring for him as best I can. I beg only for your patience. However, if you truly cannot entrust him to me, perhaps you would care to take him home with you instead. Mayhap convalescing in a place familiar to him would aid his recovery. Of course, I would be sure to visit him as oft as I am able.
Home, you say?
Dear, we are pressed enough as 'tis.
All right, he stays. But pray, bring my son back to hell.
I will look after him. I swear it.
I fear I've much to attend to.
Sir, ought you not be in... Ah, forgive me. You're not a patient, are you? I suppose you must be a visitor. 'Tis a pleasure to make your acquaintance. My name is Eleanor. I have the privilege of serving as abbess here. I regret that I cannot offer you a cup of tea, but I'm in the middle of making my rounds of the patients. Not to mention, I have to find the means to procure more medicinal ingredients. Oh. You wouldn't happen to know someone willing to brave the roads, would you? I know 'tis perilous, but there is one ingredient in particular we cannot afford to run out of. You would procure it yourself? I am grateful beyond words, sir. In that case, might I trouble you to bring me some miasmite? The slums are a bane to the body's humors, and its residents are oft prone to illness. We do what we can with what little we have, but we're always short on helping hands. Your aid is most appreciated, sir. May your search prove fruitful.
Tell is, miasmite can be harvested from phantoms, monsters that wander the world at night.
Yes, sir. Have you procured what I asked? Splendid. You've my gratitude. Unfortunately, I can give you little more than that. Forgive me, but I must return to my rounds directly. Ah, but in place of a reward, mayhap I could give you a tour of the premises. Only if you've the time and inclination, of course. What say you? Would you care to accompany me? As servants of the gracious hand, we provide whatever treatment we can to those unfortunate who are stricken by maladies. Yet, at times, 'tis not enough. Perhaps you will recall the parents who were here when you first arrived, an unfortunate pair. They've suffered no few hardships in the slums, and now even their poor son Lubomir has fallen ill. By chance, he was examined by a roaming man claiming to be a doctor. Yet, the family had not the money for the medicine he required, so he was put into our care.
Here you are, Master. I hope you like it. I found it myself.
Here he is. This young man is Lubomir. We've been administering the medicine recommended by the doctor who examined him, but he has yet to show any sign of recovery. To be perfectly honest, I doubt the soundness of that so-called doctor's judgment. After all, there is no shortage of ne'er-do-wells out there, willing to claim their medicine the only cure, that they might inflate its price. But I suppose I ought not say such things so openly. At any rate, I'd best continue on my rounds. Pray, stay as long as you wish. Come, come. We've medicine to prepare. We've enough to make a fresh batch now, thanks to a kind donation.
Psst! You there! Help me! Listen, the sisters here are good to us, but I'm growing weaker day by day. It started with a slight fever, and now I can scarce lift myself up. See that empty bed? An old man was lying in it till just a few days past. He told me he was feeling better, that he'd be well enough to leave anon. And now he's... Mayhap I'm just imagining things. I hope that's the case. And yet... Something isn't right about this place. Pray, should you hear any queer rumors about the Gracious Hand, come tell me of them, won't you? I'd see to it myself, but I can hardly move.
Might you be a friend of Lubomir's? He's seen better days, hasn't he? There has been talk of sending him down to the basement, should his condition fail to improve. That is, the basement sick room, where our most critical patients convalesce under the abbess's care. None of the other sisters are permitted entry, including myself. Teles. She gives the patients a special medicine. I know not what kind. At times I hear strange cries and moans drift up from below, which is to be expected. Those who come here suffer all manner of afflictions, you see, and yet a part of me is afeard for them.
So, the worst of us are taken to the basement. Mayhap that's the source of the queer voices I hear at night. And none save the abbess can enter? If the Gracious Hand has a secret, 'tis the abbess who keeps it, I reckon. You've done this much for me. Would you be willing to go further? I must find out what goes on down there. You've my thanks. I just can't stomach the thought of lying here not knowing. Of course, all the better should your search come to naught. But if you do find aught amiss down in that basement, it must be the abbess's doing. Should you find evidence fit to implicate her, will you help me see to it that justice is carried out? See, I've already reported my suspicions to the sentinels, and we've arranged a signal. If you apprehend the abbess, they'll know to come and arrest her. So I beg you, sir, find the evidence you need, if it exists to be found.
Aught about this reeks of a plot. Let us gather evidence that we might expose it.
Got something for me?
I have no issue falling asleep, even at this. There are useful ingredients to be gathered here, I'll wager.
We could pick some now and use them when the need arises.
Medicine! 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 Now! Now! Now!
Oh, someone help me. Jahan? Bruno, where have you gone? Oh.
Mayhap 'twould serve us well to track down the former patients mentioned in these records of treatment.
I knew it to be so.
Oh, someone help.
Off the market I go.
You're back! Pray, tell me, have you found anything? These look like records of treatment. Jahan and Bruno. I know these two. They left here not long ago, fit as a pair of fiddles. I recall them being especially meek to the abbess. Mayhap that's what got them out safely. At any rate, they may know aught of use. Loath as I am to ask more of you, perhaps you would speak to them in my stead?
I know so little.
You're back! Pray, tell me, what? You found a medicine used only in the basement sick room? I don't like the sound of that. Do you think... Could I trouble you to look into this as well? Mayhap you could show it to the doctor I saw before coming here. Radcliffe, his name was. He's staying in the rest town. Pray, sir, do what you can. I must know.
Methinks we would do well to bring this medicine to Sir Radcliffe, the doctor over in the rest town.
That's just what I was thinking.
Just remember, I've somewhere to be.
Barely dragged my arse out of bed.
Lady Eleanor's a goodly person, a saint-like. Her earnest care saw me back to full health. I wavered between life and death for quite some time in that basement sick room, and she watched o'er me through it all, bless her. Can't say as I miss that basement, mind. 'Tis an eerie place, dark and shadowy, filled with the moaning of the sick. Suppose 'tis only to be expected. Given the state of those assembled, I'm sure I was moaning too.
Elena. Ah, yes. The abbess of the Gracious Hand. A fine woman by all accounts. I was in her care once myself. But I must admit, I've always felt there's something off about her. You see, I was only a little under the weather when I entered her care. But then I started getting sicker and sicker till I was certain death would come for me. In the end, I survived, but methinks I was one of the lucky few. So many died down there, and once I saw her, the abbess, meeting with a strange man. She handed him a large parcel, all wrapped up, and he gave her something small in return. You'd think 'twere medicine, but I'd not have bought medicine from a man like that. He had the look of a scoundrel about him. They were whispering, but I did hear one of them say aught about keeping quiet. 'Tis well... suspicious, eh? Where'd they meet? 'Twas in the square in the eastern part of the common quarter, and always a night, as I recall.
Aye? In need of a doctor, are you? What's this you're giving me? Oh, I see. You want me to run some sort of test on this? Determine what manner of substance 'tis? Interesting. Well, you've certainly piqued my curiosity. Whatever your reasons, I'll take a look. Naturally, I'll need a bit of time with it. Come back again in... oh, I don't know. Later. Ah, there you are. You've come at a good time. I've just finished running those tests. I must ask, where did you acquire that concoction? 'Tis a fell thing you got there. To be plain, 'tis more poison than physic. It has the potential to heal one's ailment, certainly. But only if they could survive long enough, which isn't likely. Worse still, it has addictive properties that are likely to cause the patient to become dependent on its deadly effects. I say patient, but I should hope whoever made this did not intend it as a method of treatment. You'd have to be...
Interested in my wares?
'Tis a ladder. Shall we see where it leads?
Perhaps new discoveries await us above.
And above all, I must fulfill the task ahead.
Your presence is a soothing one.
Here.
Aye, this is plenty. Lord Phasus is like to be in your debt. Nicely done. Suppose it can't have been easy to procure this much so quickly.
You suppose wrong. I command their full faith. 'Tis simple for me to extract what I require.
Ha! You're a fearsome one. Here's hoping I ne'er end up in your care.
Enough. I gave you yours, now you give me mine. I'd not be seen here with you.
Ah, of course. Wouldn't want to hurt the Lady Saint's image in the eyes of the common folk, would we? Here's your special medicine.
Glad we understand each other. Till next time.
Aye, be seeing you.
Lord Phasus, 'tis a name of great import. Of that, I am...
Leave off.
I fear I've much to attend to.
Is there aught I can help you with, sir? Oh, if you're looking for Lubomir, his condition deteriorated to the point that he had to be moved to the basement sick room. He's not allowed visitors, I'm afraid, not even family. Even we're not allowed to go see him. No need to worry, though. The Abbess is tending to him personally. She'll nurse him back to full health, I'm sure of it.
Wish I could go on an adventure. Always good for a laugh.
Ingrid...
Pray see to it that no...
It must be good. A moment's prayer can do a world of good.
Is there aught I can... Oh, he's not allowed visitors. No need to worry. Chaos in the world begins with chaos of the...
I fear I've much to attend to.
Chaos in the world begins with chaos of the mind. What are you doing? Unhand me this instant.
Many thanks for your assistance in this matter. Elena is being questioned as we speak. Suffice to say, your testimony, combined with the evidence you've procured, have cast a great deal of suspicion upon the Abbess that she isn't like to shake. Pray have this, sir. 'Tis your reward for aiding us in our duty to this city.
Oi, you there! You've just arrived in town. I don't mean to
Morris! I've just found out Roger's been abducted by beasts.
What? No! How can that be?
I've just heard news. Rog was seen being dragged off by wolves.
Oh, my poor boy. We must go rescue him at once.
Morris, think what you're saying, friend. We can't go charging off after the lad. We are no match for such creatures.
Do you truly expect me to do naught but twiddle my thumbs when my only grandson's been taken from me? The soldiers won't do aught for him, will they now? Consarn it all. He's right. But what else am I to do? If I do not hasten to the poor lad's aid, who will? Do you truly mean that, sir? You will save my grandson if you return him to me. I will be forever in your debt, stranger.
What say we gather some information?
Location of another of our tasks. It's not far from...
Sir, pray tell me, have you found Rog? Oh, I see. All I know is that he was last spotted near the flower bed afore those monsters set upon him. That boy. I've never known a soul who loved flowers more than he. Out there every day he was, planting seeds. Come to think of it, I recall him saying aught of a rare blossom that was due to bloom anon. What's the world coming to? The flower bed might be on the outskirts of town, but the lad used to make trips to nearby villages without any trouble. Oh, Rog, there's naught I wouldn't do to see you safe again.
Poor Rog. He truly is a lovely boy. He's always helping Morris in his shop, and he's delivered me my remedies many a time. Once, he even picked some flowers on his way and put them up for me. All pretty like. I still recall his smile when he told me about the beautiful flower bed he tends to on the outskirts of town. Oh, Rog, will I e'er see your smile again? I suppose I can only hope.
What? This? I feel bad for the lad, but I don't have time to go chasing after every child who goes missing. Monsters are a fact of life in these parts. 'Tis not the first time they've preyed on some poor villager, and it shan't be the last. There's nary a thing I can do about it. Wolves, eh? Mayhap you should seek out the Putrid Cave. While en route to deal with another matter, I discovered the beast's den in that cave. I only wish I'd been permitted to investigate the area myself, but at the time we were merely passing through. But I can tell you where it is, sir. You'll find it on the eastern road. 'Tis my understanding that the creatures hoard their prey within. Mayhap the lad yet lives, fortune willing. If you are thinking of venturing in there yourself, pray make haste and tread softly.
Arisen.
At last! A chance to use this.
Finally arrived. I thought we'd never make it.
Fear the consequences of this bungle. We've a report to make, have we not? I'd sooner get it over with.
Though did anyone else see that? Aught catches the light.
Let us ponder how best to proceed.
Materials such as this can be combined to craft things.
Different combinations of materials result in different creations.
Oh!
Peruse at your leisure, sir.
Sir, do you have any news of Rog? What's this?
No. Pray let it not be true. Rog! Oh, Rog!
I ought to thank you for trying to find the boy. Here, 'tis not much, but I would give you this.
Gah! Rog! Oh, my poor boy!
Our task is done.
Need anything?
Greetings. You are the Arisen, are you not? Tell is you travel quite a bit. Tell me, in your comings and goings, did you happen to encounter a man by the name of Offul? He seems to have vanished while in possession of a treasure known as the Jadeite orb. My fellow merchants are scouring the city for him as we speak, but have had no luck as yet. And if I may be candid, our primary concern is not the merchant, but rather the orb. 'Tis an item of precious importance to myself and my partners, you see. I must see it reclaimed, post-haste, and in my hour of need, who should wander by but the good Arisen? What say you, sir? Would you be so kind as to seek out the Jadeite orb on my behalf? You will be rewarded handsomely for your service. Of that I can assure you.
The Jadeite orb could be anywhere now. Perchance we ought to speak with someone who has experience in banditry?
Oh, I'd not have thought we'd find one here.
At least all our efforts weren't for naught.
Huh. I'll have to remember to tell my own master about this. Might not one of the bandits in Vernworth's jail know of the methods employed by thieves and...
I follow my whims, wheresoe'er they may lead.
Do let me know if you're in need of aid.
I've got nothing for ye.
Say, you wouldn't happen to have seen a pretty stone lying about, would you? One befitting the name the Jadeite orb. 'Twas stolen from me while I was delivering it, and if Master Everard should find out, he'd wring my neck. 'Tis no exaggeration. He's had people killed afore, more than a few, at that. To be quite truthful, I'd intended to sell off the Jadeite orb and quit this place for good. Working under a man such as him, I'd only get chewed up till he decided to spit me out. That jewel was my last hope. Now it's gone. Unless you were to find it for me. Would you, sir? Oh, pray do a poor man a kindness.
It seems this Jadeite orb is in high demand. 2 people have asked us to find it now, but only one of them can have it.
The right to decide is yours alone, Master. Might we consider boarding an ox cart? I don't know about you, but my legs are stiff as boards.
'Tis the Arisen's...
Well, if you think me a liar, then buy something and... See the truth for yourself. Ah, I see you desire one of my masterpieces. Very well. I shall have your order crafted in good time. A little patience is all I ask. Many thanks to you.
The Jadeite orb is safely in hand.
Welcome. If you think me a liar, then buy something, and the item you requested is complete. Here you are, sir. Use it well. Hope to see you again. Welcome. If you think me a liar, then buy something and see the truth for you. Whatever 'tis you need, I can get it done. Many thanks to you.
So, how goes it? Did you manage to retrieve the Jadeite orb? Ah, splendid. You've my thanks. Before we discuss your reward, however, there is one final matter to which we must attend. You see, in my line of work, trust is paramount. And so we shall go to verify the orb's authenticity together. Come. I trust old Ibrahim's eye most of all. Let us pay a visit to his little scrap store.
Follow my lead.
Come along. We make for Ibrahim's scrap store. Good day, Ibrahim. Would you be so kind as to examine this Jadeite orb? Now, I have a bit of business to attend to while he performs his appraisal. I ask that you await my return here.
What is it? The appraisal's not yet done, and I must needs concentrate. What's this for, then? That shan't get you anywhere, I'm afraid. Sir Everard's paid me quite a sum to handle this appraisal, I don't mind telling you. You're a persistent one, aren't you? Gold's all well and good, but I shan't risk my business for a full pocket. I've my future to think of. Heavens fend! That's more than I can refuse. Very well, I'll do as you bid, but I shan't be making a habit of this.
He ought to be finished by now. Come, let us go see. You have done your title proud, Arisen. This Jadeite orb is indeed the genuine article. My partners shall be most relieved to hear of its return. You have certainly earned your reward. I trust you will find it satisfactory, and I do hope you will permit me to call upon you again, should aught arise.
True to his word, Sir Everard has paid us handsomely for the orb.
Welcome. If you think me a liar, then buy something. Ah, I see you desire one of my masterpieces. Very well. I shall have your order crafted in good time. A little patience is all I ask. Hope to see you again.
Any tidings to...
Welcome. If you think me a liar, then buy something and see the item you requested is... Here you are, sir. Use it. Many thanks to you.
Well, it takes two to make a sale, and this seller had nothing to tempt us with. Our funds are better spent elsewhere.
Browsing was enough to scratch the itch, in my case.
There you are! Pray, tell me, have you found the Jadeite orb? Oh, thank you, thank you! Now my freedom is assured. Pray, take this. I know 'tisn't much, but I've naught else to offer. Right, I'd best get going. Sir, though we may ne'er meet again, know that I shall remember this kindness as long as I live. Farewell.
I fear we have done Sir a full of an unkindness. May he find the strength to weather his troubles.
I do wish we'd had fairer tidings to share.
Goes, we must follow, no matter the weather.
At last! I thought we'd never find one.
These really are hidden in the most unlikely places, aren't they?
The thrill of
Go, some.
Halt! Who goes there? This village is under the direct authority of Her Grace the Queen Regent. We are to grant no unknown persons entry. Off with you then.
Oh, the sight of yon ox cart has brought all my fatigue to the fore. We cannot accompany you there, master. But fear not, you'll find us here when you return.
I beg of you. You know where to go.
That's it!
Well met. Glad to see you in good health. The tyranny of the Queen Regent's faction knows no bounds. Passage into and out of the village is restricted, and we're being treated as slaves. I had intended to endure it till Ulrika returned to us, but I fear the villagers have already reached their limit. I'll be honest with you, as you've earned my trust. We've a mind to leave this village for good. The Dragon's Flame has devastated the land here. Many of the villagers question whether it is worth attempting to restore it. When I mentioned as much in a letter I had smuggled to Ulrika, she told me that the village she's staying in would be glad to take us in. Only problem is how we're going to get past the soldiers. They've confiscated all weapons to forestall our escape. Perhaps if we could reclaim the stolen weapons or find a means of procuring some anew, we could force our way out through strength of arms. Alas, we villagers are kept under constant watch. It would be unwise for us to attempt aught on our own. You are our only hope in this matter. Pray, lend us your aid.
Whoever's my replacement's in for a boot up the arse.
What delights might there be to find in town today?
Stop this!
Beg pardon, sir. My apologies, sir, but I can't.
Hail! I've not forgotten what you did, helping me save my brother. Would that I could return the favor. But we've a bit of a situation here, if you hadn't noticed. Our weapons are being kept in yon storeroom with those cowards.
Say, mayhap we could distract them. Then someone could slip in and...
Are you mad? We're simple villagers, no match for trained soldiers. But I suppose someone's got to act. All right, how's this? We'll draw the guards' attention, giving you a chance to sneak in and get our weapons back. You'll do it then? Right! You wait here. We'll have him away from his post in a trice. Just you watch.
What do you think you're doing here? Halt!
Stop this! I beg of you!
How are you faring? Have you been able to procure any weapons for us? You've reclaimed our weapons. Well done, sir. I am certain the other villagers shall be glad to arm themselves with their weapons of choice. My thanks. I'd wager we stand a fighting chance now. The time has come to leave this village behind.
I've got you cornered, rat.
Don't fret, I've got you. With me!
Cannot be. Retreat! We must withdraw and regroup.
You have my gratitude for aught you've done on our behalf. We'll make for the village Ulrika staying in on our own from here. If I were you, I'd leave this place afore reinforcements arrive. At any rate, this is where we part ways. But if you're of a mind to visit, know that we'll welcome you into our new homes with open arms. Till then, farewell.
Here's a ladder. Shall we see where it leads?
After you.
In my case.
Phew! I'd not say no to a short repose hereabouts.
Perhaps we might take a moment to savor the scene.
I knew it to be so.
These really are hidden in the most unlikely places, aren't they?
I heard what transpired. Thank you for fighting on my people's behalf. It's a shame that lives were lost, but I do not blame you for that. Say, would you visit me again once night has fallen? There's aught I will show you.
Welcome to browse my way.
I worked hard today. I think I earned it.
You've come. Glad I am to see you. Follow me, if you would. Tis a strange thing. I ne'er knew how vast the sky was, till I left Meld behind. Time and again you have come to my aid. Would that I could repay you in some way. Alas, there is little I have to offer. Yet, if your heart e'er aches for a place to call home, then may this village... No, not the village. If e'er you're in need of a hearth to return to, then let it be mine.
It's been a hard day.
I've toiled.
I've heard all about your exploits. You're a hero to the people of Harv, you know. They say that when a villager was carried off by monsters, you flew to his aid. 'Twas most noble of you, and I thank you for it. You'd be glad to know that those who were banished have since returned. I managed to talk the villagers into relenting. It took time, but eventually they saw sense. After all that befell Melv, I could not bear to see this village fall to strife. Harv will know peace. I shall not rest till this is so. And as long as I am here, I shan't allow a single soul to be lost. Ah, hello again. I trust you are well. Ah, all's peaceful here, and I mean to keep it.